Huge warning to everyone. Things are looking very, very ugly. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and I'm not sure if you are aware of what's going on here in our country, okay? That we're having massive amount of Americans in trouble, okay? If you're looking at the evictions, you have millions and millions and millions of people in the eviction process. If you're looking in the mortgage department, you have millions and millions and millions of people in the forbearance programs. Okay. If you're looking at food stamps or SNAPs, whatever the program is called, you're having millions and millions and millions and millions of people in there. Okay. If you're looking at, um, Big Brother handout programs, again, you're having millions and millions and millions and millions of people in there from individuals to businesses, okay? Um, and so if you're looking into credit cards, you're seeing millions and millions and millions of people are getting into more and more debt. And each of these categories that I just talked about, if you just look at, for example, the evictions, or if you look at the people on food stands, there are millions, and there's so many that you can take one of these categories and it'll be, you know, the amount of people in one small country, right? If you look at, for example, millions and millions of people that are, unemployed, okay? Well, that's like a country, a small country. Now, let me give you two examples of what's going on in our economy. And if you don't mind, go ahead and jab the like button. I really appreciate it for love for my family, to your family, and leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay. Um, Now, if you look at the economy and what you hear in the news and what you hear in the stock market is two different things. For example, just the other night we went to to a birthday party for my mom's, and we're at the restaurant, and the manager comes and says, "I'm sorry, we don't have enough people to help us today." Um, that's one. The other day, just 2 days ago, I went into the one of the biggest bike shops in DFW in Dallas Fort Worth. These guys have 4 or 5 locations. They're huge. They're one of the biggest ones. They sell bikes, and we bought a bike. And the manager comes, tells me, "Hey, we don't have enough people." And now, why would the managers tell me? Because I know how to build rapport with people, so they're able to confide in me and tell me things. Okay. So the other day, I went to Hurricane Harbor with my family, spent a lot of money. And, the lifeguard was telling us, I was asking him, well, why are some of these rides closed? And he was saying that, hey, we don't have enough lifeguards. That's why some of these rides are closed. Okay. Just a couple of days ago, I went to my local grocery store. I know the manager there again. Again, I build rapport with people, and he was telling me that, they used to have delivery trucks come to their grocery store 2 or 3 times a week with brand new produce. And today, the same vendors are telling the big grocery company that they're only going to come once a week because they don't have enough drivers. So, on one hand, you're having millions of people unemployed. On the other hand, you have millions of business owners that are struggling to make ends meet. Um, and it's just a chaos that Big Brother has created for us, and the Federal Reserve have created for us. And at the same time, the wealth is being sucked away from the working class, the middle upper class, into a very few elite people. When they give out these stimulus checks, don't get it twisted. They're not going to you and me. What's happening is that stuff is floating away like a river into the ocean, and the ocean is the Amazons, the Apples, etc. So, um, we're having a situation where companies that want to survive and not be on the government's tit, if I can say that, are having a hard time making it. There's a lot of small businesses that actually have closed down, right? There's millions of people that are now getting into more and more debt because they can't make ends meet. I mean, the cost of goods, the cost of groceries have skyrocketed. For me personally, has almost doubled, guys. Almost double. I used to spend 200, now I'm spending over $400 just per week, just for me and my family. So the cost of goods have doubled. Okay, if you're looking to, for example, buy a bike from last year to this year, if you're buying like a $3,000 bike, you're going to spend an extra 500-600 bucks extra. Okay, the tariffs that the last president put onto us have made importation of a lot of things more expensive, right? So now we're in a situation where we don't produce anything in America. Most of our goods come from, out of this country, and we're tariffing those companies that we're getting our low stuff from. We're not producing anything. Big Brother is telling people to shut their businesses, put masks on, whatever the story may be, and wants everyone to be on handouts. But our whole economy is based on consumption, right? So if they don't consume, the whole thing will freeze. And a whole monetary system is based on fiat make-believe money, a Ponzi scheme. It's not backed by gold or Bitcoin or something that's, it's infinite. They can infinitely print the money. And what that has done is caused a lot of suffering for people that live in apartments, first-time home buyers. Now some people are getting tricked because they're looking at their retirement stock market like, oh, my value's going up. Some people are looking at their properties and like, oh, my property's gone up 30% this year, 20% this year. Just this year has gone up 20%, right? But the thing is that whenever you look at their paycheck, let's say if they're making $50,000 a year, they're not able to buy the same amount of stuff for that 50 that they were making just a couple of years ago, or even buy the same amount of stocks that they were buying a couple of years ago. So we're at a situation where everyone's getting, a little stick in their butt. It doesn't matter if you're a real estate investor and now they want to tax you on unrealized gains, right? So if, you hold Bitcoin or if you own real estate and the price goes up and, end of the year, they want to tax you. You haven't sold, they want to tax you. And, again, I think taxation is theft, but that's a whole different story. Now, we're in a situation where we have a lot of people in trouble. Again, we have food stamps, all-time high, repos, all-time high, evictions, all-time high, foreclosures, all-time high, forbearance, all-time high, price of goods, all-time high businesses closing, all-time high people can't find employees. So we're not at the peak of the powerhouse of America, unfortunately. It saddens me to say that. But we're at the almost, the climax coming down, okay, because of all the printing that we're doing. Now, through all this chaos, there's great opportunity, right? Anytime in history there's been chaos, for example, when the internet came, some people made a lot of money, some people lost money. For example, the phone companies that had landlines eventually lost money because you could make phone calls voice over IP, right? Um, and so some companies went under, like Kodak went under when people start having cell phones, right? They could take pictures with it versus, digitalized versus old school. And other people made a lot of money. So in these times, there's a lot of opportunity to be made. Some of the opportunities that I see is number one, flipping bikes because there's so many motivated sellers out there. Okay. What I call the new flip. If you're interested, look in the description below. I show you how to turn $100 into 500, 600, 700 bucks in a matter of days. You can do it in your backyard. I have students in Great Britain. I have students in Canada. I have great students in America, and they make money. Okay. All you need is $100. Now, if another opportunity that I see is, commercial and residential real estate. Okay. So many people are buying at the top of the market. So many people that bought homes cannot afford the homes, cannot make the monthly payments because they don't have jobs. The benefits have just been cut off. There's so many people in forbearance programs. So there's a lot of opportunity to be a wholesaler. There's a lot of opportunity to be a landlord. There's a lot of opportunity to create notes and become owner, become a bank for me to create notes and sell the home and, get a large down payment, get monthly payments and get a, back in when the buyer cashes out the loan. There's a lot of opportunities out there. So if you're interested in real estate opportunities on how to find deals, then you should highly get into my Mr. No Fluff Academy. for just $97 a month. You get monthly coaching. I'll sit down with you one-on-one and give you a blueprint. And after I assist your business and your goals, you get access to my best-selling courses, all instant access for just $97 a month. To get more information about that, go to academy.mrnofluff.com, or there should be a link below. So there are a lot of other opportunities. I know friends that are making so much money right now because of what's happened with the buck. I also know friends and business owners that have closed down their business. Okay. So it just depends. Life is about change. So there's big change coming to the American people if they want to believe it or not. This way of living of massive consumption, this way of getting into debt, easy money. Well, the toll, you got to pay the reaper sometime. And the time is coming for us to pay the reaper. Not only corporations, not only Big Brother, but also me and you guys, the average Joe, because, we can see the cost of goods are getting up. We can see that asset prices are increasing. We can see that people like Venezuela, other countries are looking to other assets besides the world reserve currency. And that has a major effect for you and me because we don't produce anything and we're printing out fake money and we're trading that fake money for real goods from China or Taiwan or from India. Okay. So as countries wisen up and they're now going to accept the world reserve currency as the dollar, right? Then we're going to be in deep trouble. And that's where the tides are going towards. I don't want that. I live in America. I don't want that. My parents immigrated as refugees to here. So it's just, pretty crazy that, the central bankers are driving the country into a cliff, right? And even the corporations. I mean, it's just not the central bankers. For example, I just recently bought a track. I spent $88,500, and it was crappy crap, dude. It broke, in 17 days, it broke 7 times. I was in the shop 45% of his life. Well, guess what? I bought another bike, Gazelle from Netherlands, and it was half the price of that one. And it's amazing. They use great parts. I haven't had any problems with it. Well, I thought about it and analyzed it. Well, why is that? Why is Track, producing these shitty bikes? Well, because their model, their business plan is to maximize profit. That's why they ship out manufacturing to Taiwan or China. Their only goal is to maximize profit. Where Gazelle in Netherlands, they have a different business model. They want to save the planet. They pay their employees great. The employees are in the same factory over 125 years ago. So I can see the quality of the goods from a Track versus a company that actually manufactures something in their own country, right? A Track is not really a manufacturer. Track is just the middleman. They're manufacturing in Taiwan or in China, and they're just sticking their brand on there, right? They don't have any factories here, and their model is profits over anything. So they're trying to take corners in every possible way to increase their profit margin because that's the model we have in America, and that's why Ford, Chevy, Track, all these people have exported out all the jobs, right? And can you blame them? I can blame them because that's wrong. If I was Track, I would focus on making quality bikes, bring labor to America. Yeah, the bikes will be more expensive, but again, you can buy a bike will last you a lifetime versus buying a $8,500 bike and breaking in the first 30 days 7 times, guys. Okay. And so this is what the corporations are doing. The corporations are so worried about profits over anything. It doesn't matter if they're destroying the environment. It doesn't matter if their employees are paid the least amount of money. It doesn't matter. That all they care about is profit. And Strike's not the only guy. Chevy, Ford, all these guys, Apple, I mean, all of them are oriented versus making the best product, like some countries, to maximizing profits. And, so we as a society, we have a cancer of consumption or of profits, right? If it's from the corporations, it's profits. If it's from the individual, we just want to get the next bigger thing. We don't care if the thing doesn't last 2 years or 5 years, right? That's why Toyota, for example, is kicking Ford's butt. Ford would just worried about profits, and now they're not making cars anymore. And I report to you on my channel, right? Look at Toyota. When they first came here, people said, "Oh, these are cheap cars," and now, you can find a Toyota with 300,000 miles on it, and you can be confident you can put another 100, 200,000 miles on it, right? You can't do that with a Ford Focus, and that's why they discontinued it, right? So because of the model of ideas is different from our country to other countries. And so we used to be the powerhouse, but now we're the debtor house. Now we just consume shit we don't even produce. And it kind of saddens me because, I think we're better, we're smarter, but, our leaders have taken, profits over sustainability, profits over slavery. They want us to all be slaves, and get into debt. They don't care that the cost of a Ford used to be 15,000, now it's 40,000. They don't care. To them is our GDP is going up. Inflation is good for the nation in their eyes. All right. Anyways, guys, just want to give you my two cents. If you guys like this, click the like button. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're interested in real estate, join my academy, guys. I'll sit down with you one-on-one, talk to you, get to know you, get to know your goals, give you a blueprint, plus give you my best-selling courses, plus give you monthly coaching for just $97. Guys, it's a gift to you, right? And if you need money now, you need a best side hustle, then download the new Flip, guys. There's so many successful students that I've had that's unbelievable. I do the new Flip to make an extra 5, 10 grand a month, and it's super easy. It takes so low amount of time. Can you lose money? Yes, you can lose your $100. Oh, that's all you need. But imagine other businesses where you have to go borrow hundreds and thousands of dollars to buy their systems. I'm giving you my system for pennies, and all you need is $100 to start. Anyways, guys, click the like button. Don't take no for an answer. And always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Peace.